Michael Walsh, screenwriter, author. You've written a gazillion novels and books and movies, and you're a brilliant writer, conservative spokesperson. You're just like kind of everything, right?
Yes, that's actually true. I am, in fact, everything. Well, thank you for saying that, Anne-Marie. I do what I can, because otherwise I'd have to get a real job.
You just told me that in the last 3 months, you've written 2 or 3 screenplays?
Two movies. One's about the Cold War, which I wrote as a spec script, so hopefully somebody will buy it out there in Hollywood land. And one is for a production company based on the life of Wanda Jackson, the great female rock and roll singer from the 1950s. Okay. So I've turned that in, and we'll get notes, and hopefully we'll get that movie made in the next year or so.
How do you write 2 movies in 3 months? How's that possible? I have trouble writing one whole article in a month.
Well, you just...
A 2-pager.
Yeah, you just have to, do it. So this Cold War was an idea. I lived through the Cold War. I was in Germany during the Cold War and Russia. So I wanted to write about my experiences a little bit, not me personally, but just the atmosphere in the mid-'80s, around the time of Chernobyl and the Reykjavik and Reagan and Gorbachev. So I did that script, and then I had the assignment to do Wanda Jackson. So then I immersed myself in country and western and rock and roll and Elvis and Jerry Lee and
a little more uplifting than Russia.
Exactly, and this one has a happy ending, unlike the other one. So it was really like a heavy Beethoven symphony and then a nice light Beethoven symphony.
And speaking of that, you've also written lots of books about classical music and opera. I mean, and Broadway. I mean, you're very diverse.
Well, I wrote a biography of Andrew Lloyd Webber, whom I've known for many, many, many years, and my sister
Lisa will die right now.
Yeah, and I used to be the classical music critic of Time magazine, so I wrote, I think 5 or 6 books about classical music, and I still do the lectures down at the L.A. Philharmonic and the L.A. Opera. So you can come and see me live sometimes, and I'll tell you all about Wagner or Rossini or something like that.
Just say the word. All right, I just talked to Andrew Klavan about the culture, and he is excited about the possibilities right now for conservative messages to get through into movies. Even like the movie Lincoln, right. I thought that they were going to try to switch that around and say, the Democrats freed the slaves.
The Democrat, yeah, exactly.
But they didn't.
They couldn't quite work around that. They tried, but they couldn't quite work around that. Yeah, but the thing about the movie business, Drew writes, I work in the business too. You don't write a conservative movie. You just write a good movie. And I reject the notion that conservative writers, even ones that are fairly out of the closet, like me, obviously, and Drew,
out of the conservative closet.
The conservative closet, I mean, yes, don't get work, because we do get work, because we work hard and we're good, and some people like working with us, and it's a tough racket. So you can't say that I lacked success in Hollywood because of my politics. I completely reject that notion.
Do you think they should all come out then and start speaking out on our side, or even just defending us when they need to?
I do. A lot of people don't want to come out because they're afraid there'll be some negative career repercussions. But the more people that do, then the less of an issue it becomes. So I just say to my fellow, I say this all the time at the super top secret conservative meetings. Hey guys, I'm tired of going over the side and getting machine gunned and turning around looking there's nobody behind me. So how about some people behind me? You expect some people like me, Drew, and others to lead, then we need somebody behind us. Follow. Help.
Right.
Get a mitt, get in the game.
The front line is made up of 4 people. Help us.
Hey, why don't you do it? So I think our side gets a little cowardly sometimes, and I just don't think it should be a big issue. It should be you are who you are, and you stand up for what you believe. Don't be a coward. Be a mensch.